I call this meeting to order, Town of Pelletier Planning Board, Monday, December 1st, 2025. Roll call.
Colleen Thomas.
Here.
Donna Fairley.
Here.
Ricky Jones.
Here.
Cameron Watson. Ronald Moore.
Here.
Okay, invocation, Alice?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion to excuse Cameron?
We excuse Cameron from tonight's meeting.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Alice?
Heavenly Father, as we come to you tonight, we thank you for the day that you've given each of us. And we ask you, as we have this meeting tonight, whatever we need to take care of, let us do it. All this we ask in your precious and loving name.
Thank you. All right, approval of agenda. Before we approve the agenda, I'd like to make a suggestion to amend the agenda to include our planner's comments along with planning board comments on our agendas. Is the board in favor? Do I have a
You
motion?
want to add that in the same slot?
With
Business?
other business, right along with the planning board comments, I think just add planner comments as well, just an addition.
I'll make a motion that we add the amendment.
Have a second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Is it going to be included, like, we're going to do planning board and planner comments?
Yes.
Or a separate line item?
No, it'd be the same line.
What,
Same line, okay.
I think it, yeah. Is that good? Yeah, okay. All right, approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from November 10th?
I make a motion to
2025?
approve the minutes from, November.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, new business. This is a big one, personnel policy. So, tonight, I want to introduce the administrative and personnel policy project that's been referred to us by the Board of Commissioners. You have a packet that we'll go into in a little more depth when we're finished with this short overview. So if you look at the first, if you want to take that out of the paperclip, the first part, you'll have there's an outline. It's just a working outline to give the planning board a clear structure to start from. The outline is just a guide, a starting point. The commissioners will ultimately review, revise, and adopt the final manual. Our job as the planning board is just to assist in the early steps, identifying what needs to be included, reviewing examples from other small towns that are beneficial, and beginning draft language in the sections you feel comfortable working with. I'll pass around, if you look at your thing, there's a sign-up sheet, but we'll pass around a master sign-up sheet, and any sections that you're interested in, you can sign up for. More than one can sign up for something. You can work together, it's however you choose. All draft material, though, should be typed, so it's easy to read and combine later. Once you've completed your sections, or whatever you could do on that section, you can pass them along to B. She's going to maintain a hard copy, and we've talked about this. She'll be the gatekeeper of all the work that's being done, and all those will eventually be forwarded to the commissioners. And let me go ahead over the manual now. This is going to be the manual. I've got the labels on each section that we're going to go over. It's very organized, so anything anyone does, they can just put it in here. B can ensure it. Whoever becomes the chair after tonight, it would be good to let them know what you've done as well. And it'll all be available here for input down the road. Okay, this work is important for Pelletier's future, and by contributing even in small pieces, you'll be helping provide meaningful guidance that'll move the town forward. I talked to Jonathan for a minute before the meeting, and this is something that he even said that this can be done as a whole, with the Board of Commissioners, the planning board. So it is something collectively we can all put together for the future. I also want to invite the public to participate. A sign-up sheet is on the back bulletin board. If anyone wants to take a look at that and see if there's anything they're interested in. And if they are, they can request a copy of the outline from B. All right? So let's go ahead and look at the outline. And I'm not going to go over all of it, but if you look at this outline, you basically, there's an outline, and then there's some information, and then there's a expanded outline. I couldn't decide which one was better, so I gave both of them to you. But if you look at like number 1, general administration, and you go to the expanded working outline, it covers the same thing. It's just said a little differently. So you can cross-reference them, and it's the same. So let's look at number 1, general administration. That would include things like the purpose of the manual, legal authority, how it applies to employees, officials, contractors, volunteers, definitions, and procedure for updates or amendments. And if you look at your sign-up sheet, under number 1, it says general administration. So if you want to work on that, if that sounds interesting to you, just sign up for that. Number 2, governance and roles elected officials. That includes Board of Commissioners, their authority, and the mayor. It also includes the town staff, the town clerk, the town planner, the town attorney. So all that information will be under number 2. I also included in there external partners, and that includes Western Carteret ILA. So we might want to incorporate information about that into this as well. Number 3 would cover personnel policies. Those are things like employment categories, hiring, personnel files, performance and evaluations, conduct, ethics, discipline, termination, and required training. Number 4 is compensation and benefits. That's self-explanatory: work hours, leave, comp time if we have it, travel reimbursement, training reimbursement. Number 5 is operational policies. That would cover things like purchasing, contracts, records retention, email usage, social media, document signing, and handling public inquiries. Number 6 is financial procedures. That covers things like the budget process, bill approval, revenue handling, grant management, and audits. Number 7 is safety and risk management. That would include town hall safety, emergency response, storm response, incident reporting, and cybersecurity. And that would be things like password management. Number 8 is public interaction and transparency, which would include things such as public records, open meetings, public communication, town hall use. 9 is volunteers and advisory boards. That would include the planning board, the roles and the responsibilities of the planning board, appointment process, removal process, expectations, and code of conduct. And number 10, the last, would be amendments and adoption, and that just includes things like how the manual is formally adopted and how future revisions are handled. This is just a summary of what's in the outline, but my concern was the Board of Commissioners handed this all over to us, and to be quite honest, it's a really big undertaking, I think. So I thought it would be better to have some kind of organizational process in the beginning. You're free to change it, but it's better to have something than nothing to start with. Okay, so let's go to the next section, would be resources for policy development. And there's just simply some resources you can use, such as UNC School of Government, North Carolina General Statutes, and they're listed. There's regional support, such as the Eastern Carolina Council, and that would be with Carleton. There's things about, you can go to North Carolina Records Retention Schedule. There are just some administrative things. If you need to look those up, I have the sites for those. I think the most important one is the model municipal examples. Now, these are towns that you may want to look at what they've done. This is just pretty much recommended for structure, but these municipalities that I'm going to mention maintain well-structured administrative and personnel policies that can be used as models for drafting Pelletier's policy. We're going to have to be careful of whose town you look at, because some of the towns are outdated, so you do need to be careful and make sure it applies to our town. So some towns that that is worth considering is Emerald Isle. They have a strong HR, human resource, purchasing, and administrative policies. There's also Holly Ridge. They have a simple, clear personnel and governance sections. Swansboro has good formatting and readability. Surf City has robust safety and risk management sections. So if you're working on that area, I would definitely look at Surf City if you're dealing with safety. Indian Beach, they got some really good examples of some small towns, so concise small town examples. I think those are worth looking at. These sources should serve as structural references only. And just remember, all the policies must be adapted to Pelletier's size, staffing, charter, and legal authority. So again, this is just a working outline. If you want to come up with something else, feel free. Don't really worry about legal jargon. That'll be the role of the attorney and the Board of Commissioners. And any questions so far? Any discussion so far?
Do we have a manual for Pelletier to kind of compare with or look at, or are we starting from scratch?
B gave you a copy of what was in what we had. It's very outdated. You can use it as a reference, as a guide. It's in your packet tonight. Go ahead and look at it. I think you're gonna have to start from scratch. But go ahead and take a look at it and see what everyone thinks.
No, I agree, we'll probably have to start from scratch.
Anything else, Colleen? I know you're familiar with these as well.
No, I think it's a great idea. I just hope that we're able to parcel it out fairly so that we can all kind of, do what we're good at, I guess.
Yeah, I think some sections might be harder than others to incorporate into this, but I would just say whatever anyone can do is going to be beneficial and it'll be helpful. And again, I'm hoping that maybe the public, some people may be interested, that they may not be here tonight, but maybe they'll help down the road. Because again, this is a big undertaking. Okay, I put together, and it's just preliminary, a timeline, a working timeline. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, so if you all want to work on anything between now and January, that's great. Members can submit any drafts directly to the town clerk by email as well. I know you like to do email. You can submit it, and she can print it out, and that's great. Whoever the chair is probably should acknowledge receipt and forward any other submissions to the clerk as well. Like I said earlier, I think Fee is going to be like the gate. She's going to handle the manual, so she'll keep it up here and make sure that if anybody emails anything, that you print it out and put it in the section it goes with. And that way we have some organization. And again, if you come up with a better system, that's great. Maybe in January, the clerk can forward all the planning board submissions to the commissioners, or if there's a designated point of contact, we'll probably figure that out next month. I would just say keep working on this, submitting additional sections as completed. You don't have to worry about rewriting and making it perfect. Just I do suggest everything is typed, nothing handwritten, so and don't worry about, sorry, Ronald, don't worry about legal jargon. And I'm sure if you need any help with that, someone can help.
Hire me a secretary.
You'll be good. You'll be good. February, by February, maybe the chair can review the submissions only to ensure the forwarding was done. I would say whoever the chair is, make sure everything's up to date as best as possible. And remember the attorney and the planner are here too to receive questions with legal or technical clarification as needed. Frankly, I plan on, they're here, ask them questions when they're here. Plan on using them as needed. So by March, maybe the commissioners can begin organizing the collected material. And by then, depending on where we're at, the planning board input can pause unless the commissioners request more. April, maybe all unedited, all final unedited planning board submissions can be transferred to the commissioners. The clerk continues serving as the document custodian. And I know that the attorney will be conducting reviews as appropriate. Maybe by May, the commissioners can assemble the draft manual, attorney reviews, planner reviews, and this is not in stone. It's just a working schedule. And I think the important thing is that it should be kept on the agenda every month. We don't want to. I think it should be kept under old business moving forward. Okay. Any further discussion?
So our manual has general policies in it now, like PTO time and stuff. Should we kind of keep to those same standards, like certain number of hours of PTO per month? Or do we want to revamp some of that?
I would say, are you talking about what you read in the old manual?
Yeah, the old manual's got sick time, vacation time, 5 hours.
Yeah,
and-
so
Yeah.
personally, I would look at Emerald Isles first and see what they have. Look at that. And, don't worry about specifics. Those things can be changed easily.
Yeah.
I mean, a number can be changed. I think, again, this is a draft.
Yeah.
And just do the best you can. Don't worry. I mean, specifics can be altered. That's going to have to go through review anyway with the Board of Commissioners and the attorney. But I would be cautious about our old one, because I think B said when she came here, it was in existence. So that's what, 12 years ago? 13 years ago. So this is like probably 20 years old.
Yeah.
So I looked at the language and I didn't utilize it. So
Yeah.
you can as a reference point, but don't get hung up on it. I would definitely look at these other towns, especially Emerald Isles. Any other, Carlton?
I have a lot of things, a lot of points. I'm not going to go through them right now, but one important thing is to try to take stock of all of your existing policies. I came here, I believe it was last December, I was here serving not as town planner, but as providing ARPA technical assistance on behalf of the COG. And I know that I got the town to adopt multiple policies that fall under, this operational policies and financial procedures section. And those policies are still effective.
So you've updated that?
I have not updated anything in this document, but I have the documents that were adopted by the commissioners.
Do you think maybe it might be a good idea for the next meeting, reference those that have, and then share it?
They all need to be accounted for, because I don't remember if they were probably ARPA specific, but they're still effective and they can probably help you with these.
So you're saying go ahead and look at that?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
still effective, so
Okay.
just make sure you're making sure you have every single active policy, current active policy, because you don't want to, basically, you don't want to write over an existing.
And
Okay.
you said those
policy.
things that you, dealt with were operational policies and financial procedures, are those the two main ones?
Yeah, I provided the town records retention policy,
Okay.
eligibility,
Okay.
eligible cost, allowable cost policy, a civil rights compliance policy,
So stuff under
Conflict of
personnel and personnel
conflict
too?
of interest,
Okay.
yeah, policy. There's a lot here to digest. I would suggest, and I know the attorney would suggest, that, proceed cautiously. Any additions or changes should be relevant to the town. The town only has one part-time employee, so I mean, I don't think y'all need to spend too much time on like travel reimbursement and some of those things. But you also want to make sure that whatever you're recommending for policy doesn't conflict with the town's adopted ordinances. Would you have anything to add to that?
I completely agree. I think, the way I would envision this working, and obviously the board will operate as y'all want to, but the way I'd recommend this working is go through the policies as they stand, and because you're making recommendations to the Board of Commissioners, sort of list out, based on potentially review of like an Emerald Isle or somewhere like that in their policies, what you think good additions or subtractions may be from the current personnel policy, from the current, from the handbook as provided here. And that way, it makes it a little easier on yourself for us to maybe get a working, serviceable document moving forward. Because I think any document, any adjustments, we're probably going to have to work through Carlton on, work through my office on to make sure. I think to the chairwoman's point, don't focus too much on the legal jargon, don't focus too much on the substance of the document, because I think we're probably gonna need to put that into effect if we're gonna change anything. I think y'all's role is gonna be more looking holistically at the document.
Just like the key
Yeah,
issues, just
these are the
making sure the
we wanna
issues
hit,
that are.
These are the issues
Mhm.
we think are relevant to change,
Okay,
would be my recommendation.
okay. Anything else, Carlton? Yeah, because I think the board is gonna,
So then this thing that B, gave us, that's not really the full thing, is what you're saying, the one that we were given as kind of an outline, with our,
I don't believe the
Minutes?
ARPA policies are included in here.
Oh.
so-
is there a way that I can get, we can get a copy of that?
I can provide it to you, B, if you have a copy of all the adopted ARPA policies, you can provide it. But yeah, I can give them to you if,
Okay, that way we aren't recreating stuff that doesn't need to be recreated.
yeah. Again, some of those policies may be specific to the ARPA, SLF, or State Local Fiscal Recovery Fund Program,
Okay.
but they can be reused, they can be repurposed for general policies. It would be a bad idea to have record retention policy and, or a,
You said you got the town to adopt those before you became a planner, so that's what I wanna look at, is what they adopted.
I got them to adopt it. I was in a role separate from the planner. I was serving as a planner at the same time. But that language was provided from, the school of government, so, it's good.
Right. Just so, like I said, just so we know what's been done, and so we don't redo stuff that
Yeah.
aren't right.
I mean, is there a way to just go through it too and just say, okay, cross that out, that's fine, or check, this is good? I mean,
We
Do you
can
think
do
that-
that, but it needs to be adopted by the.
I mean, what's already there? You know, what,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I guess we could adopt it as a new policy or a separate policy. I don't know, those ARPA policies don't really expire, but they only apply to ARPA, I think.
I mean, I think anything to make it easier on everybody, you know, would be helpful. This is,
Yeah, I think the main thing is just go through with understanding holistically what you're trying to eliminate, what you're trying to add, and make it clear how you want those changes incorporated into the whole document, because it's gonna require some redrafting effort once all is said and done.
okay. All right, anything else? All right, let's move on to public comment. 3 minute, any public comments? All right, we're out of public comments. Old business, there is none at this time. Planning board orientation packet. Okay, this is just simply, let me get this one out. This is based on last month's orientation for the planning board. It's just now, everything that was discussed last month is in writing. It brings together our responsibilities under Chapter 160D and our advisory role. It includes our decision-making framework and basic procedural guidance. It explains how the planning board works with the staff and the Board of Commissioners. And it also includes those resources that could help planning board members going forward. Everyone has a copy. I do recommend that all new planning board members get them moving forward. And I think the attorney has them, Carlton has them, B has them. So, any questions?
No, but I think it's great to have this. It's too bad we didn't have this earlier. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I wish I had it in the beginning. Had to learn it. It took a couple years. Ronald, anything?
No, I think it's pretty clear and overwhelming, but, we'll manage.
Oh, the orientation packet?
No,
Overwhelming?
it's good, it's,
Okay. Okay. All right, let's go on to, that was the planning board orientation. I'd like to get a motion, or I'd like to entertain a motion to add planner to comments. Do I have a motion?
I think you did that.
Did we do that?
we've already done that.
Okay, so then we're done with that. Okay, well, thank you. This is a lot tonight. All right, so planning board comment review. Okay,
I don't have anything.
Ronald?
I think it's gonna be quite extensive work that's got to be done on this package, and maybe Carlton can help us along pretty well and explain exactly what they're looking for. It's kind of confusing to me.
Yeah, it's a big undertaking, that's for sure. All right, Carlton?
What is this for planning, planner comments?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still waiting on, Division of Coastal Management approval for the land use plan. I'm not surprised it's taken them a while, but I talk to, Western Piedmont COG pretty much every other day, so, and they'll let me know immediately when DCM gives their approval. So, still waiting on that. I don't think it's a problem, but they're just taking their time. I recently updated the zoning map due to the zoning map amendment last month. I provided a physical copy I provided a digital copy to B, which I think, does that copy, does it work on the website? The new one, okay. And I will be eventually getting you a physical copy as well.
Okay.
So, that was all I really, have right now. Oh, yeah, one more thing, I'm looking into, the issue with the dock in Pelletier Shores. I've talked with Tracy Barnes at, the Western office for Carteret County, and she's referred me to the, she gave me a contact at DEQ. So I'm going to be talking to someone there about enforcement. Again, it's probably going to take a while, but yeah, I
And
can't
it's-
really promise anything, but she's pointing me in the right direction.
And that was something a resident asked about, but it's my understanding that this really isn't under the town's jurisdiction.
It's, yeah, it's a CAMA permit, and so I would say it is under their jurisdiction.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I want to say,
Switch it up, you're talking about the one at
in Pelletier Shores,
Pelletier Shores.
someone,
Who owns that lot? Who owns that property?
Pelletier
It's
Shores.
owned by, yeah, it's owned by the HOA.
HOA.
And I looked at the zoning approval, I looked at subdivision approval, I looked at everything the town has done, and they are compliant
Okay,
in that sense. So everything that we would be responsible for,
Yeah.
you're good. But if there is an issue with, there is a CAMA issue, then CAMA is the one who will have to handle enforcement.
okay.
Has the HOA kept taxes up on it?
What?
Has the HOA kept taxes up on that property?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
one.
they do. Yeah. What is the context of this?
So, someone complained about them taking boats out at the dock in Pelletier Shores.
Yeah.
Because it's supposedly, there's a nursery there.
Yeah.
And so that was the issue. And however, the question is, was there a permit for a boat ramp? Or was there a permit just for a kayak ramp? So that was the question. So that's what Carlton was looking into. It's made like a boat ramp, not just a kayak ramp. But this is something that with this resident, everything I've learned, that they have to take it up privately. It's not a town issue.
Yeah, it's a CAM issue.
Yeah.
It's a CAM issue,
So, yeah, your neighborhood.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
mine, yeah.
So be careful there. Yeah, so that's what it's about. Well, I want to just thank everybody for being here. I want to thank this board for letting me be up here and be the chair for a while. And I just want to say this is a really great group. Some aren't here today, but they're all wonderful to work with. And I really like you guys. I really appreciate you guys. And it's been really nice, so thank you. But I'm moving on.
We certainly appreciate your guidance and,
Well, I appreciate you, Ronald. You've been a really great, partner in all this, so I really do appreciate that. So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I say.
Oh, all in favor? We all fair. Sorry, I'm just too. I gotta get out of here.